Alright, and welcome to the world map, where we will find all manner of evil beasts and baddies that we will now learn the intricacies of fighting. To enter a battle, run into an enemy. To initiate a battle while moving, press X to dash attack into the enemy. Or use the encounter circle and field menu to improve your odds. To display them, pull the right trigger. You can fight enemies that are within the encounter circle, but not those outside it. I don't know why they had to elaborate on that, seems kind of obvious. The name of each enemy within the encounter circle will be shown on the right. To start the battle with a single enemy, just select the name of the enemy and then select the Fight One Enemy option. To start a battle with multiple enemies, select multiple enemies and then select the Fight Selected Enemies option. To start a battle with all the listed enemies, just keep mashing the A button and eventually it'll all work out for the best. Now, if I walk forward, we'll be accosted by a no-good cricket monster, and there should be, yep, Poo Snake! Alright, now here's something it's also going to tell us about, but this is actually rather interesting. You see, if you get certain enemies in the encounter circle in one time, their names will turn yellow, and when their names turn yellow, that means those enemies will interact with each other in battle. This doesn't work with all enemy combinations, but it does work on quite a bit. For example, by combining the ancient Katydid with the Poo Snake, they will actually not get along, if we should say at the very least. The bouncing cricket-like monster will in fact murder the Poo Snakes for us, and make the battle, in general, just a whole lot easier. So, all in all, just a really good idea. In most situations, what will happen is you'll fight enemies in waves. Like, if... Okay, well, Kluke just gained access to more black magic. All level 1 skills, that's awesome. I'll explain magic in a little bit. I'm kind of on a tangent right now. Ordinarily, say if we were fighting 2 Poo Snakes instead of just, instead of 2 separate enemies, what would have happened was we would have fought the Poo Snake, and then once it was died, the second set of enemies would have showed up, and we would have actually gotten kind of a roulette wheel sort of thing going on where that would give us a temporary boost, and I can actually elaborate on that right now. Fantastic. I love it when a game just sort of casually works itself around my commentary. It's rare, but it's very appreciated. Alright. Our attacks don't do too much damage, but all the same, we're able to take care of things relatively easily. Much better than we were without these shadows, that's for certain. And that guy is no good. He hits you with his butt blades. Not sure what the story behind that is. Alright, now remember how I said. You might have seen 2 ancient Katydids, but that was besides the point. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, here come the second wave. This happened because of, because of the encounter circle. We also got our magical powers increased, which isn't too helpful in this current situation, but I will use it for the sake of showing it off. Also, I screwed that up. What you just saw there was a charge meter, and the more you charge it, the more powerful it is. So if you charge it up and you get it into the red spot, it'll do the maximum amount of stuff. So for Jiro's healing spells, we get it over into the red, it'll heal him for the maximum amount of health that it possibly can. Like so. The same thing applies to Kluke's magic. If you get it into the exact perfect area, then it'll do more damage, and not only that, it'll also cost less MP to perform. There's a lot to go over in this thing, I know. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to get this all out of the way right now, otherwise we're gonna have to just keep having various breaks in and out of this sort of thing. Stone Ring! Okay, let's see. If I remember correctly, the stone... Nope, that's the skills. We don't want the skills yet. If I remember correctly, the ring increases magic attack ability. Yep, and that's gonna definitely go on Kluke, because she is our resident black mage at the current moment in time. Hello, Mr. Poo Snake! Fun fact, if you're significantly stronger than an enemy, they will run away in terror. So, that's something. Also, whoop. Aw, dang it, the Poo Snake. Nope! Haha! Alright. I gotta make use of these things while I have the chance, I am going to be fighting a lot of various enemies. I will try to edit out things as much as possible, but at the same time, not gonna lie, I don't know. Maybe I have something I want to talk about with you guys, and I don't want to cut things out. Maybe I'm explaining something at the current moment in time. You never know. You never know. Either way, random critical hits. Yes, that's right. Just like all RPGs, we've got those aplenty. I kind of like that the Minotaur, or Jiro's attack in general, really isn't a punch or anything. It's more of just a one-handed shove. I don't know, I've always kind of thought that was funny. I mean, Shu slams the ground, and Kluke does this weird twirly thing like Wonder Woman. It's crazy, but Jiro just kind of pushes stuff. And there goes Mo down. that will definitely come in handy. That is an ability that will allow us to attack an entire row of enemies rather than just one at a time. Although, the trade-off being that it is it's significantly weaker than a normal attack. And what is this I see? Could it be feces? Why, yes it is. I think we shall shove our hand into it and find gold. Yes, that just happened, and it's not going to be the last time. We're going to be shoving our hands in a lot of poop. Anyway, now it's going to explain the monster fight mechanic that I've already long since told you about. There's no reason to read any of this, because I've told you all of it already. Alright, and once more, with Gustav and Grace, we shall smack up our foes, because honestly, I don't think you guys truly appreciate everything that's been going on so far, okay? We're fighting poo snakes, we got giant mythical beasts as shadows, we're punching stuff. We just fell out of the sky with a sky fortress. It was controlled by a purple elderly man with a robot that had a mustache. It was very dapper, but regardless, still very evil. Very evil. Can't say I care for that. What on earth is even going on? Why is that guy such a colossal jerk? What are the answers to the questions I am asking? Well, we're simply going to have to keep playing this dang game and figure that out for ourselves. Why don't we? And there we go. Fantastic. Good job, Kluk. Your magical abilities are rather impressive. Alright. And, oh, I guess I should probably mention this. There's so much to explain. Oi. Okay. There's normal experience, which gets your level up, and then there's SP, which is what your shadow rank is, basically. When you get more SP, those go up, you get new skills. When you level up, you get stuff like HP bonuses, and your attack stat gets higher, stuff like that. Anyway, we found more poo gold. Ain't that just fantastic? And now, let's open this thing up. And hopefully there'll be something good in here. Mega medicine. Alright, sure, yeah. Why not? Certainly. It's more useful than a lot of other things I suppose could have been in there. However, we've got far more intense situations ahead of us.
What's that? Another land shark?
Let's go see.
Yeah, because investigating the first one worked out so fantastically for us. Alright, poo snakes aplenty. Although, at the exact same time, fighting them isn't really going to give us much of a benefit. I think I'll do a lot of the character training off-screen so I don't tediously bore you guys with my mindless grinding of, you know, backhanding poo snakes for like an hour and a half. I mean, honestly, it's fun when you play it, but I don't think it's going to be that much fun to watch. Anyway, Shu can push down this tree. It's old and dilapidated, but still, that's rather impressive. Oh, by the way, the characters are significantly older than they appear. I think, if I remember correctly... Oh, hang on. Hey, this tree fell over. Looks like we can climb up. Thank you, sir. States the obvious a lot. Shu is 15 years old, if I am correct. I think Jiro is also 15, and Kluk might be 16. I think. I know they look significantly younger, but there you go. Either way, level 1 flare is what we found. That's right. We don't actually learn magical abilities naturally. We actually have to find books that teach us this sort of thing. So now that we found that specific thing that lets us, we found flare level 1, anybody who is a level 1 black mage or higher can now use level 1 black magic. Mouthful, I swear. Thank you, freaking ancient caterpillar monster thingamabobbers. Oi. Right, and we will punch the poo snake because it's funny to me. You know, I think the really sad part in the case of the poo snakes in this situation is that the grasshopper things aren't even actually eating them. I mean, that you think of, thankfully they're not eating the poo snakes, but they're just beating them up for the sake of beating them up, which is kind of messed up, honestly. The natural world is just full of all sorts of crazy nonsense that we just can't even comprehend. Nature is cruel, yo. Let's just leave it at that. Anyway, all sorts of levelings up gives us more power. All right, let's see. And more poop to root through. Huzzah! Nothing more fun than digging through bug poop. Or I guess in the case of the poo snake, I guess we're rummaging through poop. Can poop even poop? Is that a thing that can happen? I do not know. Nor do I truly wish to know the answer, if I'm being perfectly honest. Deodorant? Now we won't smell as bad. Fantastic. Yes, that actually has a use. It's believe it or not, stink is a status ailment that can be inflicted on your characters. It's kind of weird. I got a bad feeling about what's up ahead. Looks like we'd better be careful, as opposed to being haphazardly crazy like we were before. Anyway, Ancient Katydid, how about you follow me for a little while, why don't you? You're not very swift. Actually, you know what? That would take too long. You, however, I'm gonna need you to get your stupid face over here. And yes, that is a very large rat thing. It's a very large rat thing. Okay. Okay, seriously, pay attention to me. We need to create this. There we go. That's 3 enemies. Fantastic. And as their names have turned yellow, these enemies do in fact interact. Although I think we need to get rid of the first wave of ancient grasshopper thingamabobbers. I don't know, I'm sure they're based off something in real life. I don't care. We're not gonna see them for that much longer anyway. Sometimes they waste turns by jumping in place. Not sure what the story with that is, but there you go. What will we get? Magic power increase. Okay, not the most useful thing in this situation, but I will gladly take it. And there we go. The fat rat will in fact eat the grasshopper monsters, which is kind of hilarious to me. All right. Since we're in such a good position right now, how about we use our new magics? We'll... Yep, okay, I didn't charge that nearly long enough. That is unfortunate. Fine, well. The Phoenix is about to blow mighty flames upon our foes. Just like that. As you might imagine, fire does quite a bit of damage to things such as bugs and the like. Because for some reason they're more susceptible to fire than anything else. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Either way. Now that we actually have access to a few magical spells, Shu can actually use his MP stat to increase the strength of his attacks. They don't do too much more damage than they would normally, although they are given elemental properties. And yes, all enemies do have elemental weaknesses that you can exploit. So many things in this game. I swear I was not expecting to have to explain so much, although the good news is I think I've covered just about everything so far. Jiro gets a new skill, Enhance Item Effect. I feel like that's self-explanatory, but in case you're not too swift, I suppose, equipping that will let all of the items that Jiro uses will now be more useful. Like healing items will heal more, attack items will do more damage, and stuff like that. Okay, how about we open up another chest? Why don't we open this thingamabobber up and we got another Phoenix Talon. That's rather useful. I can make great use of that. I'm going to ignore those weird grasshopper monsters unless we can associate with the big rat man. Alright, so they're just jumping out of the woodwork. They're like termites. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Alright, could you perhaps jump over here? Whoa, boy, that is a lot of ancient katydids. Alright, can I... You know what? Let's just go all with all 3. That way we'll get 2 bonuses instead of just 1. And I guess we'll just fight the fat rat separately, because why not? We can't utilize our enemies' weak points at every moment in time. Sometimes, I mean, you can't rely on certain situations like that. You can't rely on enemies fighting other enemies for you. Sometimes you need to go in with the worst possible odds in order to truly test your own abilities and improve yourself. Well, physical attack, power up. That's certainly useful. That's definitely useful with my whole smashy style of combat that I like using oh so very much. And shove with the hand. You really would think that the Minotaur would maybe use its, you know, horns or something, but alright, sure. The jump attack is the grasshopper monster's special attack, however, it does absolutely no more additional damage than its normal attack, so it's really not even worth talking about, but there you go, I guess. And here comes wave number 3. What shall we get? A double physical attack power boost. Is it my birthday? My goodness, game, you are being far too kind. Now even Kluk and Jiro with their less than adequate attack stats are able to smack these fools down without any problem. You ain't even gotta weaken them first. Ain't that just plain awesome? And that takes care of all the grasshoppers. I do have to appreciate that while we are fighting ridiculously simplified enemies, at least they've made those unbelievably simplified enemies, you know, marginal threats. Probably should have waited a half a second to see that katydid show up, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Fat rats like to screech at you. Also, I think they can fart really loudly and it will summon their friends and allies anywhere within the radius. Basically the Nintendo Caprice Son of the animal kingdom. I think that's okay to say. He makes lots of jokes about that. I don't think that's mean. If it is, I apologize. It just seems like the type of thing he'd do. It's like, come to me, my allies, Fert. You know, stuff like that. Anyway, setting that thing on fire might have been a tad bit overkill, but whatever, can't really undo what we just did. And let us move on with ourselves. And Shu has leveled up. He's getting a new class. Now I can actually show all of the various things we can obtain. However, tragically, it's not going to be the most exciting one this specific time. Anyway, the various classes that we can unlock are the Guardian, which are reliable defenders, which I will make great use of. In fact, I plan on making Shu a primary Guardian. There is the Monk class, which has the ability to charge their physical attacks and have, like, self-conditioning and all sorts of things. Every single class in this, every last single class in this game is worth investing some time into. Let me just tell you that much. Nothing is a throwaway. The Assassin is a master of tricky skills. The Barrier Magic will help strengthen your allies. The Support Magic will hinder your enemies. And the one we'll be using today is the Generalist, a resourceful ability user with extra skill and accessory slots. While being a Generalist gives you absolutely no specialties in the field of combat, upgrading it will give us more skill slots so that we can actually mix and match our various skills into making the best possible shadows we possibly can. As you might have noticed, Kluke and Jiro actually gained, like, it said Black Magic level 1. Well, now, what that basically means is, I could actually change Kluke into, let's just say, the Generalist for right now, and I can equip level 1 Black Magic to her, which means she can use her Black Magic even though she isn't a Black Magic class anymore. That's the sort of thing. However, the downside being she can only use level 1, but if you continuously upgrade your Black Magic skill, you'll be able to use level 2 in other classes, or level 3, or level, I think it goes up to 5? Not sure. Either way, that's the thing. You're not shoehorned into just one specific class. You can mix and match all various skills from all over the place, giving you tons of options. Also, bumped into a Grasshopper Man. Fantastic, alright? Fine, who am I to deny these creatures of a smashing good time? Although we're not strong enough to just one-shot everything, only Shu can do that. As of right now, Jiro and Kluke kind of have to team up to take down simplified enemies. Unfortunate, however, that will change with time. Do not worry. And with that, actually, I think... Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, no, just Jiro. Alright, fine. Well, Jiro, you'll become a Generalist, too. Because being a Generalist is so freakishly boring, I am, in fact, not going to show that on screen while I'm leveling that up. However, when I gain new skills that come from the Generalist ability, I will be sure to tell you that I got them and what they do. I will not leave you guys out of the loop. You will know everything that's happening without much problem. And that at 200 gold, we are rolling in the funds. Grand old time for everyone. All right. Somehow I managed to completely miss this thing. Bob, Caterpillar! Why do I keep calling... My brain keeps wanting to call these things caterpillars, even though they're not caterpillars in the slightest. Also, funnily enough, despite the fact that they very clearly ambushed us and attacked me, I, apparently got a back attack on them. They jumped out of the sand, and I bumped into them in the perfect angle, apparently. Works out fantastically for us, I'd say. Alright. And they're gonna use their stupid bouncing evil. They're like bug, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger peoples. They jump on people for combat purposes. It's crazy, it's evil. Alright, shove the bug. And then sideswipe the bug. Fantastic. And with that, Kluke should finally be at level 5. Really wish they all leveled up at the same time, but hey, what you gonna do? Alright, and Generalist. Do not worry, the next time all of the characters have access to gaining a new class, I will get something significantly more interesting. But it being the beginning of the game, of course our attacks and abilities aren't going to be the most fascinatingly mind-blowing things. That's not to say that the Sword Master, White Mage, and Black Mage don't get some really cool abilities later on, because they totally do, don't you worry. But the unlockable ones are actually my favorite. I'm much more partial to the Assassin and Guardian and the Monk skills. However, I feel like it's important to take note of that while you could have all of your characters specialize in just one class, it's not exactly advised because you're going to be opening up your characters to some very specific weaknesses. Like, say we keep Jiro being a White Mage forever, right? Well, he's never going to be useful in a physical confrontation. However, if, say, we were to combine his White Mage abilities with, say, Monk abilities later in the game, not only will he gain the ability to do more physical damage, he'll also be able to continue healing and gains, and the Monk abilities actually will help enforce and amplify those abilities very significantly, actually. So, while it would be less complicated, it would in fact not be, I guess it wouldn't just be as fun. Either way, we've got a brand new enemy. It's the smirking scorpion. All right. Well, I know just the perfect way to handle with scorpions. With a little tiny bit of fire, why don't we? And I managed to hit the sweet spot, too. Sweet! All right, Jiro, if you would be so kind as to give it a gentle nudge as to make sure Kluke is able to take care of it. The scorpion attacks, and then...
Finish him! Fatality.
And that, my friends, is how you take care of a scorpion. Alright, if I know my blue dragon accurately, we should actually be relatively close to a brand new cutscene. Oh my goodness, 2 smirking scorpions at the same time. What is this fresh madness? Alright, fine, you wish to do battle? Very well. Also, yes, the scorpions are in fact smirking, however, their faces are so freakishly tiny, it's kinda hard to tell if I'm being honest. Alright, we use a mighty flame sword ability. And yes, for the record, for some reason, being a sword master actually doesn't involve swords. At all. I don't get it. But there you go. I don't know. Maybe it's a translation thing. Also, that was the poison needle. Definitely not good. And in fact, Kluke is desperately low on health. How about we give her the old healies? Make Jiro be a little bit more awesome. While he may be restricted to mere healing spells now, he will be unbelievably awesome. Trust me when I tell you that every single character, by the end of this game, are going to have so many crazy abilities, it's gonna be amazing. Anyway, we've managed to get our evasiveness up, so hopefully attacks will be less likely to hit us. That'd be fantastic. Also, maybe, just maybe, we will be able to take care of this scorpion in one simple attack. Yes, we will! You really wouldn't think scorpions would be vulnerable to fire, but what you gonna do? And a big ol' honkin' pile of awesomeness for everybody. Alright, let's see. Cutscene time? Well, yes, but first let's open this thing. And a stone ring. Wait, a second stone ring? Really? Okay, well, I guess... Oh, wait, when... I picked up stone earrings and I didn't even know it? Hang on, stone earrings, that's magic defense. We want to give that to Jiro because we want to do everything we possibly can to make sure our healer does not suffer any problems. Also, I guess we'll just give the second stone ring to Shu, because why not? Why not, I say? All right.
Are you guys all right?
Thank you, crazy-eyed Minotaur man.
Hey, how come we can't use this magic?
You mean healing magic?
Yeah. You and I are always doing the attacking, and Jiro's doing the healing. Maybe we each have a specific magic.
In a lesser RPG, that would mean they're shoehorned to their own abilities. However, like I've gone into great detail, we are able to switch them up and do whatever we want. Do you want Shu to be the white mage of the group? That's fine. Do you want Kluke to be the brawler? That's totally an option. You want Jiro to be an assassin? That is totally a thing you can do if you want. And in fact, there actually are a couple assassin skills that would be useful on Jiro, so maybe we'll actually end up doing that. Who even knows? I certainly don't. Alright, smirking scorpion, so get your slimy butts over here so that I may karate chop them. Then again, wait now. Scorpions do not secrete slimes. They secrete poisons, which can be slimy in certain situations, I guess. Although that's kind of reaching for a joke now, isn't it? Alright, and we did not manage to take care of that scorpion in one round. Luckily, he's not using his poison needle ability, because that would be a real problem for me. Because I don't think I have any antidotes, and if I do, I can't possibly have very many. So how about, you know what, how about, instead of doing all this, Jiro, how about you use some thorn grass? And, okay, that didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. Quick, Shu, mow them down! Well, poo pies. All right, Kluke didn't get poisoned, that's good, that's good. Somehow we've managed to avoid being poisoned to death. Okay, guys, if you could do slightly more damage. All right, I am deeply overestimating the strength of my characters right now. Okay. Really gonna have to shake that off. They're not gonna be able to be powerhouses for a little while longer. Let's say that much. Let's see, any poop to root through? And I can't believe that's something I actually just said. In fact, if I remember, this might actually have an antidote in it. Yes, it will. All right. Makes sense that a scorpion was the one, preventing people from opening that thing. Although it's kind of weird that rats are capable of that sort of thing. Rats out of nowhere! Rats out of hell! Whoa, Nelly! Helly belly! Whoa! Can we? Just maybe? Yes! 2 fat rats and a smirking scorpion for the price of 1, good sir! Ha 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 ha! Okay, how about, and I mean this, how about we be just a teeny tiny bit more aggressive in our attack styles? Let's just not do standard attacks, because as we've currently learned, they're not too good. They're not the best. They could be much, much better. Let's see, an attack item, I'm sure I've got something near a ruby. Let's just toss this thing out there. There we go. Fantastic. Good job, Jiro. And now this one should be weak enough to just smack around like so. Although at the same time, now I don't have any more attack items. That's a problem. Although our evasiveness is up, so, hey, maybe it won't be a problem at all. What do I know? Okay, and sweet spot obtained! Fantabuloso! Alright, Jiro, just sort of punch it slightly. Kluke's flare ability should do just enough damage. And for the record, yeah, if you make, say, Jiro or Shu the Black Mage, and they gain the ability to use flare, then their Minotaur and Dragon will also breathe fire. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny seeing a Minotaur breathe fire, I gotta admit. Alright. Well, theoretically, we should just be able to smack this fool all up and around. What with him being such a fatty fat. A fatty 2x4 can't fit through the kitchen door, if you will. If you would perhaps indulge my childish insults. And we're getting a lot of mileage out of that flare ability. Considering it's not even that good of a magic attack, I'm quite happy with that turn of events, if I'm honest. And rank ups! Fantastic. New skills for everybody. Magic Sword level 2, giving him access to level 2 abilities. And Kluke can now regenerate magic as we are walking around on the overworld. Let's equip that right this stinking second. Sadly, Shu's ability to use level 2 based magic skills won't be useful until we actually have level 2 magic skills, but it's there. The thought was there. I mean, we'll be prepared. And you can actually see Kluke's MP very gradually, admittedly, but steadily go up as we walk around. Got an emerald. We got ourselves an emerald. Got ourselves an emerald. A chaos emerald. Gotta watch out. Knuckles might beat us up for taking that thing. All right. I think, actually, we're actually getting up to a nice little savey spot. And let's be honest, we've been through quite the bit since we've started our adventure. Actually, that's kind of an understatement if we're being perfectly honest. But luckily for us, we finally found some respite in what I assume is the Sheep Tribe camp. Finally, a place to rest. It's the Sheep Tribe camp. Thank goodness. Let's rest for a little while. Kluke, I could not agree with you more. We've had quite the eventful day so far. In the next part, we shall continue forward, trying to make our way home back to Talta Village. And off-screen, I actually might do some off-screen training and get ourselves just a little bit more powerful. I hope you guys had a fantastic time watching up to this point, enough so that you will be more than happy to come back next time as we continue our adventure. I have been the Max of You Trades, and I'll see you next time.